Hello there, so it's the day before the retreat starts tomorrow. So I'm going to make use of this as an opportunity to answer frequently asked questions. So I guess the first thing is, what are you doing it in the morning for? That's a bit strange, isn't it? Well, yeah, I suppose it might do, because most people are used to coming to the octagon and starting in the night. And there's a lot of reasons to start in the daytime. And partly it's because of wanting to celebrate all this beauty. Yeah, I'm really going to be celebrating the beauty on this retreat tomorrow, so it feels really appropriate to have some time in the day and some time in the night as well. We'll have both. It's also to do with the medicines as well, and the medicine I'm going to be working with is going to be highly appropriate to be having in the day and in the night, very definitely. So another question is, how can I have any effect if I'm not imbibing well? It's to do with energy. Everything is energy. It's already what we're working with. We're working with energy. So all you need to do is tune in, open up and surrender, and you'll be in the energy which I'll be in to enable this retreat to happen. And so this is going to be a bit of a different thing. So here's another question. It's like, normally when you do the retreats, you take like a tiny dose, don't you, or a minuscule amount. So how is that going to work this time? Are you going to be taking a minuscule amount, or quite what? Well, actually, I'm not going to be taking a minuscule amount. I'm going to be taking almost a full dose. And there are going to be consequences for that, because as you know, that I'm hosting a take tiny amounts, and I'm completely with everybody else's process and holding the space and all the rest of it. With this, I'm going to be very much in my own process, which I'm inviting you to join in with and share as fully as you choose. So there are going to become times. This is the way I imagine it's going to be. To start with, the process is going to be very much extending my senses outward, like I'm doing now, extending them out into the environment, being aware of the beauty around me, before me, behind me, within me. And then there's going to come a point, and I suspect it's going to be at some point in the evening, when I'm just going to want to go right inwards. I'm going to want to go right in, go really horizontal. So that's going to be part of the process as well. I'm quite sure that's going to be part of it. So there'll be a part of it where I'll be communicating, a part of it where I'll be going within. And when I go within, I'll go horizontal. It'll be pretty obvious wherever I end up. And what I'll do is, after I've gone horizontal, I'll just complete that part of the retreat by putting up a drumming track that you can really get into. And that's another thing, yeah, because I have been asked requests already. Wasn't expecting a request, but I've had one, so I've had a request, so I will be fulfilling that at some point as well, fit everything in somehow. So yeah, so when the drumming's on, that's because I'm going to be like totally horizontal and in my own process. And then there's going to be times in this retreat, as there always are in all retreats, times where something's going on, and then times of total silence, times of stillness, time of emptiness even. And of course, as you all know, because familiar with all this, if you've done them before, that's all part of the process. And that's another question. If you've never done the retreat, are you eligible to do this one? Yes, you most certainly are. Definitely you're most eligible if that's what you would like to do. Most welcome to join with us on this journey. And so when you get the times of quietness, this is such an unusual little building. They've been renovating it for a while, but what drew me to it is this wonderful green. Don't know about you, but I do love the green. And I also Love the arrangement of those stones. It's all flint stones. Bit of an unusual building that, so that's me getting sidetracked by more beauty. So let's continue on, and we're going to go down this way. Why not? So let's think of any more questions. Yeah, let's have a question about time. Okay, supposing you really want to do this retreat, but you can't start it at midday because you've got stuff to do. What can you do then, you might well ask? Well, just in as much as you don't actually have to be imbibing anything. I mean, if you do want to join in, that's another thing. If I've got something I want to imbibe when you're doing it, can I join in and have that? My little whatever? Yeah, of course you can. That's absolutely fine as well. It's totally free. But in terms of time, let me speak a little bit about time and attempt to not get sidetracked for more than a few seconds at a time. So the thing about time is it is ultimately illusory. It's such a firm and fixed part of our 3D experience, and the whole point about these nature's medicine retreats is we go outside of 3D into the multiverse, into the multidimensional reality. So therefore you can start this at any time you like. And what I will do after the retreat, I will create a special playlist on my YouTube channel, UT Shaman on YouTube. I'll create a special playlist. It will be called Nature's Medicine Retreat, and I will lay everything out in order there for you, put them all together, so if Friday just isn't convenient, you need to do it another day or whenever. Just look at this. So here's a horse chestnut. I've been watching this one for weeks now. First the leaves came out, then these things which we call candles, and candles are these stalks with these flowers on, and now all the candles are illuminated. You can see all the stalks of the flowers. They're really just full of life, full of beauty, full of delight to be alive, as this whole tree is. Yeah, so that's it. So back to time. It's all an illusion, so if it's an inconvenient time for you to start, then that means you can do it when you want by going to UT Shaman on YouTube, and the playlist section, look for something called Nature's Medicine Retreat. It'll be there, they'll all be there, they'll all be in order, and you'll be able to go through that process in your own time and in your own way. So why is it free? That's another question, isn't it? Because I normally charge for retreats, don't I? Well, it's because I've got almost no costs. Really, all my costs are time, and I'm willing to give that. Very little else. Energy, yeah, willing to give that. Time and energy, that's it, isn't it? But I'm not having to buy anything or anything like that. I'm not having to hire a space. So it's like, why not? Woo! And down a sudden step there. So yeah. So it's also because it's a lockdown, because lots of people aren't earning money the way they used to, and it just feels like an appropriate thing to do in this time. So that's what we're doing. So you're most welcome to join in, either tomorrow, starting with the bodywork at 10 and starting with the ceremony at midday, or at any time of your choosing by going onto UT Shaman on YouTube, looking at the playlist Nature's Medicine Retreat. And I seem to have reached this point here, and I don't think I can think of any more questions. So all the love to you.